Back in the day, all the cool kids had an Amiga. I had a simple base 500.
Represent.
My mate Angie had a 600. Clarky had a 600. Jimmy had a 1200. Yeah, they all had a faster Amiga than me, but I'm not bitter. It was good times, good friends. I killed your dog, Jimmy.
The Floppy.
Now, if I were to ask you to name a fast-paced platform game from the early 90s that featured a brightly coloured mammal hurtling through sprawling levels while collecting valuables, sure as sugar, 98% of you would probably say
Quick, the Thunder Rabbit.
or Sonic, I guess, if you're a prat. Or a moron. Quick, the Thunder Rabbit's that good, mate. Anyway, thanks to Sonic's engaging gameplay and fresh design, the early 90s saw no end of Sonic clones vying for attention and flashing their pixely bidness all over the home computer scene. Zool,
Sonic Clone.
Super Frog,
Sonic Clone.
Kid Chaos.
Sonic Clone.
The list goes on and on and on. One of the games habitually tossed into the Sonic clones hamper is Tearaway Thomas, which doesn't sound in the least like a euphemism for a prosthetic gentleman's member covered in Velcro. Although, it's easy to see why people would make that comparison. To Sonic, that is, not a Velcro knob.
Sonic Clone.
You've got your odd-coloured mammal thingy who goes like the clappers, collecting things in a console-esque environment, and it was even released in the same year as Sonic 2. Even the game's manual, lovingly held within the game's box.
You don't have to be beautiful to turn me on.
The game's manual even goes so far as to make comparison to Sonic by reference. Apparently, the eponymous Thomas comes from a world called Sinos et Gohegde, situated 16 bits away from the black hole called Ages. Just a little left of the star system, Maga Driver. However, calling it a Sonic clone isn't strictly accurate. I just don't think it does the game justice, so let me get out my soapbox and I will thump my tub on this little beastie's behalf. But first... Ooh, that music. Ooh, that iris white. Ooh, it was coded by just 2 blokes. Ooh, that copper gradient. I'm terribly sorry, I've just come. Right then, point 1 as to why this isn't just your basic Sonic clone. Tearaway Thomas is more of a collect-em-up than a dyed-in-the-wool platformer. At the start of each level, you're told how many gems you need to collect to open the exit. You're given a time limit, which in later levels can be brutal, and that's it. Quick slap on the arse and go man go. Also, the levels are non-linear. More often than not, it's a big open map with an exit crammed into some obscure corner, and you've got to find it.
No.
And it's fast, bloody fast, and while it might not be technically faster than Sonic, Tearaway Thomas feels much faster. Because inertia? Well, who needs inertia when you've got a complete lack of inertia? Seriously, TT turns on a 2p piece. There's no inertia to his movement whatsoever. Add that to the speed at which he gallops along at, and you've got a game that will test your twitch reflexes in a very harsh way. Now, from what I've heard, opinion is divided on this. Some people hate the way the game handles. Some people, erudite bastions of the community with rippling upper torsos and willies that break the laws of mathematics, well, we love it. Bernard Cribbins! And another thing, every second counts. In Sonic, some of the later levels are fairly labyrinthian, but I never felt pressed for time. In this game, time is not your friend. Time will unapologetically cough on your lasagna and make fatuous comments about your wife's but you're going to take it, because you're a big old bitch. I'll explain. Although Thomas can't die, a collision with an enemy will cause him to have a little sulk for a second or two, and this delay can mean the difference between winning and losing. Not so much in the early levels, but the difficulty curve ramps up in a horrific way. As a young lad, I'd routinely breeze through Woodland and Toyland, but become stuck when reaching Ghostland. Oh, but now I've got cheats. Yeah, so peep Iceland. Yeah? You like that? Hey, see that? Futureland. No. Woodland. Yeah, that's where we want to be. Alright, I'll admit it, it's not as deep as Sonic, but it's good, fast, twitchy fun, which still continues to delight and frustrate to this day. Take it like this. Sonic is like baked beans on toast.
Sonic Clone.
It's well established, classic, you know what you're getting. Tearaway Thomas is like a greasy late night kebab. It's certainly not essential, but sometimes you just need it. Probably going to do you more harm than good, but I wouldn't have it any other way. But it's 50 levels of good, squeaky clean fun. And if you ever do make it to the end, you'll get a slightly cocky, but earnest ending message from the creators. And reading it makes it seem like the game was a real labour of love for Messrs. Hanny and Frampton. It was their first commercial game, programmed in just 9 months in their free time on a base Amiga 500. They built their own compressor, their own sound tracker, and the game's code was developed in their own development system. And the last few lines ask you to watch out for Tearaway 2, coming soon to the Super Nintendo. I don't know why, but I get the feeling that this game was almost a resume for these fellas. A kind of look what we can do piece. However, the sequel was not meant to be, and from what my meagre research has turned up, they never went on to make any other games, which is a pity, because if my pet theory is correct, if this was just a testing ground for the team's talent, then, well, it's a shame they never went on to make anything else. Anyway, if you fancy a bit of fast twitch action and you feel that amphetamines are out of your price range, give Tearaway Thomas a go. I guarantee you won't be disappointed. Oh.